good. That's how I prefer things.
My sword, your guts.
Hey Ben, this is literally the first battle against the first group of rebels, so I have no idea. I like the faction flavour. Because that's all I've really had a chance to do is like check out the factions. Strangely enough, I'm playing as Vikings. So I'm not actually the Sea Vikings, I should probably change my title. Let's move Guthrum over there. Alright, so my archers are slowly coming into range, and I'm hoping I can provoke those guys into attacking me. So I might actually like move the archers forwards a bit.
Spearman!
The tree's not disappearing. Is that an option? It's probably here.
My sword, your guts.
That's another thing they have in Warhammer and not in this. That's interesting.
Bowman!
Alright, let's move you guys forwards a little bit. I think I'm going to move you over.
Make haste! Our foes will fall.
Oh, here they come.
Shift it! State your orders! Missiles loose! Where's the enemy charge? Up the pace!
Okay, they are wedge formationing in up and completely ignoring.
Missiles away! Crush them! Shift it!
So they just ignored my spears. Great, and charge into my axemen. Well, the axemen should still be able to do some damage. So we'll keep the swordsmen moving up to there. Our general's engaged with the cavalry, so we should be able to deal with them relatively quickly. We've got my archers shooting their archers in charge. I have my spearmen on the way over.
Where's the fight? Our general is under attack!
He's fine. He's a Viking. He's supposed to be under attack. So the axemen are definitely being chewed up a little bit, though we've killed most of the cavalry already. Let's hit them on the flank. My archers are doing a little bit of damage to them, not a huge amount. These guys are fleeing already, that's good. Move you guys over to like...
The enemy is routing! Ready for war!
You guys move up. Ooh, skirmishing.
We win! Target missiles! Ready! State your orders! I don't want to die!
I wanna die. Let's have you guys charge into there.
Men have turned tail and run! The cowards!
So my swordsmen are just broken, but my general's just coming in. You guys killing their archers? Not very effectively. So this axeman. Right, I want to try and get the axemen in behind them. And then we're going to use the spearmen to go after their archers and keep them busy. Although, actually, their spearmen have just rallied. That's annoying. Rear charge. So why are my archers sucking so hard? So the royal bodyguard's doing a pretty good job. Oh no, they ran him again. You know what? Shoot in the back.
The battle is turning in our favour.
Turning? It's always been in our favour. Okay, good. So there's just their general left. He's only got 58 men. We should be fine. Flaming arrows are apparently strong against cavalry. You know what flaming arrows are not strong against? Rain. Yeah, you're on minus 48 morale. How are you still in this fight? They're not. Shooting them, it's fine. Oh! God damn it, you guys woke up again. Okay. You guys are still chasing the bloody archers, but they're unarmoured, so they're going to be quick. think I'm just going to let you guys... Actually, no. I'll split you guys away and move you behind. Let's go!
Pull yourselves together, man. Round that now.
So where's Guthrum?
Chosen by Odin.
I'm not seeing Guthrum.
Get them! Archers!
Oh, you charged into them. Okay. Either way, other archers shoot into their back. Like that. Perfect.
The men are wavering!
He's wavering. Archers.
The men have been routed! They are leaving the field! Leave the field!
These archers are actually doing a fair amount of damage, but this is really annoying. His royal... What? The axemen are running?
Where's the fight?
Guys! No. Okay, now the spearmen are running. Guys keep shooting into their back. I don't want them rallying.
To victory! Axemen! With speed warriors! Got that! Battle
You guys rallying? Yes, you're rallying. Good. Let's bring you back in. Are you guys still chasing? You're still chasing. Slowly but surely. How much ammo do they have? 4 shots. You'll be fine.
Axemen! And that! Fire the volley!
Alright, let's start shooting into the unprotected rear of the bodyguard.
Archers!
You lot, same thing, I would say.
Shift in! The enemy general is dead!
That helps. I'm still surprised he held for that long. Crikey. This was a pretty brutal fight. Victory's ours. Close victory, yeah, I would agree with that. The enemy has broken death and dishonour are theirs today, but only by a single sword stroke. Mongol Empire would be a cool total war. They did. Yeah, I still really rate Attila. Like, if you want Mongol type gameplay, play Attila. They do it really well because it's the first game where you can actually burn cities down, which is a very Mongol-y thing. All right, so hopefully we didn't lose our swordsman unit. That would be quite upsetting if we did. The axemen actually got 123 kills. That's pretty impressive. The archers were lackluster, but we're Vikings. We don't shoot people. And then the bodyguard were pretty strong, but that was to be expected. What's Zeal do? I have a feeling Zeal is like damage? We will need to investigate that. So, no, I did not lose any units. They actually had 1 unit that survived. So we can ransom and release and gain 70 monies. I have no idea how much 70 is because I can't actually see how much I have. We can take on the warriors where we replenish 4%, or we can just kill them. I'm going to take them on.
Heading out.
Ah. Enemy killed in battle. Cool. Here, King, one to watch. The world will rank you by the deeds of your army. Giving them every chance to show their skill in battle or raids is the way to ensure your warriors speak well of you and give their all. Oh, I see. Happiness within the army's ranks tends to lead to less pillaging and indiscriminate murder. Increase the army's happiness by sacking settlements and taking on warriors after battle. This happiness naturally declines as time passes. So we are currently sitting at minus 5% upkeep cost for all units. We're making actually a fairly healthy amount of money, I think. Minus 4% recruitment cost for all units and 5% more replenishment for all units. Right, that's cool.
Our foes shall fall.
And we can upgrade them. Cool. What's that do? Bonus armoring 1, weaponsmithing 1. So that's probably because here within Colchester we have a blacksmith. Plus 5% armor, plus 5% melee damage. I think we should do that. So we'll upgrade you. And you, definitely. I wonder if their models actually change as we do this. No. It seems to be fairly cheap, and it's probably a fairly decent bonus. Ah, yeah, we can see here the bronze upgrade things, which they had in Total War Rome and Attila. Okay, so
Enemy blood will flow.
general details. So the way that generals in this has changed a little bit. The first most obvious change are the followers. No longer are they just little cards that you get randomly. You actually pick and choose which followers you want and whether to upgrade them. So right now we have a champion. Powerful men attract enemies. This one ensures they never get close enough to strike. So that gives us +1 command and +5 melee skill for the commander's unit, which is probably why we were able to do so much damage in their fight. Command ability gives +10% bodyguard size for the commander's unit, and +1 unit morale when the general is alive. It also allows us to rally. Zeal increases the commander's aura, so having a high zeal general is like having a better field general, while having a high command is having a better fighty general, if that makes sense. And then governance is construction cost reduction and corruption reduction, so that's purely in settlements. And then influence. Influence represents a character's political power. Your faction will gain various bonuses and penalties based on the faction leader's influence. Other characters will have a loyalty penalty if they're higher influence than the faction leader. Okay. How is the optimization? Seems fine so far. I've only done the one battle and it was fairly small, so hard to say. But I also have a pretty good PC, so don't take that like as gold. So we could increase the melee skill for my units even further, and I think the different leaders have different followers as well. The different factions certainly do. We could have a scribe. In this increasingly complex world, there is an ever-increasing number of documents to be created, copied and preserved. That gives us 5% extra income in the local province and 1 governance, so that's more of a governor trait than a general trait. Everyone stops to hear his hummable tones and enticing rhymes with the bard, +1 zeal. The forager. When campaigning, it makes sense to bring someone who knows how to find provisions anywhere and everywhere. +5% unit replenishment. Commanded force or own armies in governed province. So if you have a governor doing this, then it will improve all of the armies there. And then +5 food production in the local province. A pillager. In war, there is no time for niceties. This man will ruthlessly strip the area for money or goods, using violence where necessary. +5% raiding income for the commanded army, and then -2 enemy morale in the local province. That could actually be quite good with the Viking bonuses we already get. Quartermaster, this fellow is essential. He keeps the army fed, watered, armed, and most importantly, moving. +5% campaign movement range. That is a really strong bonus. Like, just being able to move and respond to threats is important. This man has heard the word and wishes to pass it on to the others. And the word is, of course, the bird. The bird is the word. +1 loyalty and -2 happiness in enemy provinces. And then the siege engineer. If breaking into places is your goal, this man will make it happen. My +1 siege holdout time if you're defending, -1 enemy holdout time if you're attacking. And you'll remember in the Wood Elf campaign with Orion where I could take out a settlement in like 4 turns. It was ridiculous. So I am thinking we probably want the quartermaster so we can actually move and respond more quickly. Then we also have various traits which you will gain as you play, and of course different characters start with it. We are heartless, which gives us -1 governance. We definitely don't want to be governing an area, but +2 zeal, so we are going to be a better battlefield commander. +4 unit morale when the general is nearby, unit morale when under siege. +4 happiness in the local province, that's cool. Impassioned, another 2 zeal. And this trait cannot be lost. Neither can heartless. The men come first. Also cannot be lost. This fellow always ensure the men's needs are catered for. -10 upkeep cost for all units in the commander's army. Bloodthirsty cannot be lost. +5 unit morale when attacking commanded army. And then we are a fighter. Also cannot be lost. -15% recruitment cost for sword and axe infantry in the commanded army. Cool. Well, what I'm thinking is that we want to take out this rebel army once and for all. Kill the final archers and then be done with it. The raven bird is the word. Exactly! See, you get it. And Jar, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Right, let's go and kill him once and for all.
Battle is upon you. Be sure to weigh up your chance.
I'm very tempted to just auto-resolve this, although I am a little bit nervous about how weak you are. We're going to be defensive here. Option favours ranged units and tends to lead to fewer casualties on both sides. I'm fine with that because I don't think they can run anymore. Really? They survived? Take on some more warriors.
We pledge your service.
Oh no, they didn't. I didn't think so.
Marching formation.
We should stabilize and yeah, we read that already, so we get we get +5 happiness in all regions and +50% unit replenishment for all armies. So our army should replenish pretty quickly. Now, one big change that this has compared to basically any other Total War is when you recruit an army, they do not start at full strength. They actually start probably about the same strength that this sword herdman is at, and they will replenish over time to become full strength, and that's basically to show off the fact that they are mustering. Show off religions, yes. How do I do that? Details. This is all new to me. I have no idea how I can show you religion. If religion's even a thing, I have no idea. It must be. Building browser, that makes sense. Raise armies, details. Because it's not actually saying what religion we are here. Oh, Unluff, the governor. 7 influence, 3 loyalty, he's not very loyal, and churches give more stuff. So if we click on one of the churches, is this going to tell me religion? Because he looks suspiciously Christian. Gives 99 monies, +5 fame, and +2 happiness. And then there is, in this area, so we have Rendlesham, which is the capital, and then there are various estates attached to the capital, and that's what these are. So we have a farm, we have a potter's area and a trading area, and then we have a church in this province. And then when enemies are trying to like weaken us economically, they can attack the estates to like do that damage, and then take on the final capital itself. Maybe in the diplomacy map. I don't think that religion is a thing. So I would find that a little strange. And also I don't think agents exist anymore, so there's no way of actually spreading religions that way. Yeah, it's all Christian. By the time the Vikings settled down in Britain, Christianity had already gained a considerable foothold. Yeah, I think this is basically saying that Christianity is everywhere at this point. Under the name of the faction. No. That's your culture. Culture is a thing, religion is... Ah! Oh no, that's relations. No, I don't think religion's a thing in this. So, we currently have a vassal, that's going to be Granabrew. Are we actually at war with Wessex? We are not at war with anyone. We're certainly hostile with Wessex. I think we probably want to try and expand over here into some of these territories before we actually go up after Wessex. Or maybe going after Kent, possibly. Are there any factions here that actually like us, like, I don't know, Northumbria? Granabrew do.
More mead! Fine talk will follow.
I like that guy already. Northumbria? These are not done by faction, which is a bit annoying. Northumbria don't actually particularly like us.
I will listen to your propositions.
Current proposal intriguing. They might accept this deal if you offer a bit more or demand a bit less. sufficient.
I can accept that.
So we are now friends with Northumbria. So we're trying to make friends with some of the other Norse kingdoms here, especially as they are the second strongest. So if we can get into an alliance with Northumbria, and then use them against Mercia and or Wessex, I think that would be pretty good. Alright, so my army... Do we have stances? Yes. Raiding stance, fortified stance, or normal stance. General details. Do I have to be back in the town to recruit? Armies can only recruit if they're garrisoned in settlement or using the fortify stance. So if we were to now fortify, here we go. Supplies. An army consumes supplies from a stockpile every turn. They will suffer defection should its stockpile run out. Stockpiles of supplies are replenished when in home territory or by raiding when abroad. Okay, so we're using up supplies at the moment because we suffered casualties, but we actually stole enemy supplies to counter that, so our supply numbers are going up.
Any
and now
general commanding an army can recruit from the global pool of units available to your faction, as long as they are fortified or garrisoned within a settlement. Units are added to the army immediately when recruited, but at low strength.
Aragon, yes, people are definitely talking in chat, so yes, your chat is glitched. Refresh, that usually fixes it. Right, so this is the available units screen. This is where we can recruit. We need to have special technologies to get shield biters and huscarls, and also armoured archers, but everything else, oh, and artillery, is available already. So we can get spear infantry, which are the Carl spearmen, sword herdmen, although we can only get the one. So I think number available changes depending on the region. So in this region, this is what is available for recruiting, based on the population there and based on the food supply, I think. Food surplus is very high. We're actually earning it. And then the more food that you have, the more unit replenishment you get. So our unit replenishment should be really high. Unfortunately, we can't get more swordsmen. That's what I would like. So we could get some more Carl Axemen. In fact, you're saying that we already have 2 of 3. We have a second arm.
We pledge your service.
Oh, we do. Gunner.
We serve to the end.
I think with you, we're going to move in this direction.
Your army has marched all it can this turn, and must rest. Your general's action points replenish at the start of each turn.
So you've moved as far as you can. You're still replenishing. You would not be able to chain or get to Colchester anyway. Chance to replenish units 18%. So I wonder if the number out of number goes down over time. Oh, that's how many are available. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. So yes, I would definitely like to have another sword herdman. I think that would be pretty good. Thanes, horsemen. I'm not a huge cavalry fan. Anglian raiders, here we go. Armor 16 versus the herdmen who have 24. So the herdmen are stronger. And Carl Axeman would be quite nice. I was not impressed by the archers. They were just rubbish. Like, even shooting at other unarmed archers, and they were doing no damage. So I think, yeah, we want to focus on the axes, because that's where our strength certainly lies. That's going to change our food. So every unit costs 10 food at the moment. So I'm going to go with another Anglian raider. It's going to be 20. I think we'll get one more. Probably Carl Axeman. Release skill 22, 22, 29, 27. They have a much better charge. Their shields are both 25. Is there a pin option? No. A lot of the quality of life stuff that Total War Warhammer has, this is missing. Morale's the same. Well, I'm going to go with the Axeman, just because I feel like we're going to be up against a lot of spearmen. And this is going to make my life easier. Alright, so what can we build in... Let's do this. Provinces. Well, Essex. We could upgrade Colchester to a Great Hall, which would reduce our food production. So I guess because we're technically maintaining a larger population, we would have a 20% replenishment chance rather than the 10% for all units in the recruitment pool. So yeah, okay, so it does reduce the number that you can have. Didn't check the check mark. Oh, you're right. Huh. What did I go for? One of you. One of you. Second of you. I think that's what I did.
Units recruited at low strength, or those that have taken casualties in battle, will replenish their numbers over time. Armies replenish faster when garrisoned within a settlement.
War fervor. War fervor measures your people's appetite for war. Higher difficult settings, you lose more war fervor for each war you are engaged in. Peace treaties 5, battles -5, border wars -6. So their war fervor is not particularly high, and this is an issue. And this, I think, is basically designed to stop wars being total. Now, after a while, factions will just want to peace out because they are fed up of fighting. So I'm hoping this makes diplomacy more dynamic. I've yet to see if it really does. Did I look at the tech tree yet? Nope, not yet. I have just finished the first battle. That's basically all I've done. This is what it's like when you're learning on the job. So even though I'm familiar with other Total Wars, there's still a lot of new stuff going on. Right, so Essex. I want to see the building browser. Here we go. So the Great Hall can either be an estate, an arena, or a thing. Oh no, here's the Great Hall. That's something else.
To war do we go?
Do you get a choice? Yeah, those are building slots. So we started with a forge, which gives 10% more industrial money and also allows us to upgrade our weapons and armor. We can upgrade this, which will increase the number of units in the recruitment pool. Here we go. So this is basically just allowing access to more troops. We could also upgrade the blacksmith to armor level 2. That will actually cost us money per turn. That's interesting. Or we could upgrade our farms, which will fairly significantly increase our income and also the food production. Relatively expensive though. Or we can get more cloth production, which I guess is a trade good, and increases money to the market and also increases the amount of farming income. We can get a mel dune, which is a brine spring. Salt! For supplies, industrial income, market income, food production, bonus income from all salt buildings. In all regions. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. This is a major salt area. So we have the salt pans here, which increases the production everywhere, and then the actual brine spring, which is the salt. Oh no, it also increases for all places. Interesting. Can't build stuff in outside villages anymore. No. Well, you can, but you don't get to choose what they are. These are the outside villages. So we have 4 of them in Essex, basically. So we have Colchester, which is the capital, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And these can be looted and burned by enemies. So the fishing doesn't provide a massive amount of money. It does, however, provide a lot of food. Actually, it provides the most food. I'm not too concerned about my food supply at the moment. My food surplus is going down, but we do still have a surplus. I want to get an idea of what I can do in all of my provinces, then we'll actually decide what we're going to build. Okay, so Norwich is actually a trading post rather than a Great Hall. So this is a military headquarters. Can I change that? No, this is always going to be military. Norfolk is a market town. So it produces less food, however it increases trade income, faction-wide, and market income from, I would guess, everywhere here, because it is a market plus garrison. You could upgrade the church, which costs a lot of money, but also increases the amount of money the church earns. It doesn't say how much the church itself earns, if any.